Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the roster trade window has officially closed, and we got some roster shuffles today. This is some doozies. Roster shuffle season is always insane. The interchangeable, the way rosters just move around is insane, and I don't even know where to begin. So let's just go. Let's just start. It's here. This happened. Look, it's not fake. This is not something that fell through. This is something that was finalized, announced, done. Dreaz to Envy. I think this is a good move for Envy. I think you could tell that the vibes were a bit off between Atomic, Mist, and Turbo. Dreaz is younger. You might be able to get him for cheaper, more controllable. I'm not sure how like Rocket League player salaries kind of work, but all I know is the younger the player is in most like actual sports, the more controllable they are throughout the organization. So I think Dreaz probably, fits their mold better for what they want for the future. Dreaz and Atomic, I'd say, are pretty interchangeable. They're very close in the stats, like according to Octane GG throughout the split. They're both mechanical monsters. They're going to be great on no matter what team they play on. So sad as a G2 Fantasy Dreaz go because, it was kind of like the one that ushered the Rizzo retirement. But regardless of that, happy for him to be on. He's going to be on Envy. He's going to tear it up. So my only concern is school. He's 15. So he's still in high school, obviously, and he'll have exams. He'll have things that might prevent him from being able to compete as much and grind as often. I know that's gotten in the way of certain people in the past, even Ocalid, like for Sandrock, he couldn't go to the fall major because he had exams, kind of a thing. So something to consider, but Envy, Dreaz.
Today is a great day because we have it's a handheld video. I know it's a handheld video, and typically
look at this man.
It wouldn't be a handheld
Look
video.
at Carlos. Okay, you guys, if you don't know who Carlos is, he's the CEO of G2, and he announced with this video the signing of Atomic. Atomic has officially joined G2 along JNAPS in Chicago. So there's a 1-to-1 trade between Dreaz and Atomic. So the original leaks were right, basically. Atomic joined G2 Esports. Mist congratulating him. According to our sources, this is a massive dub. Correct. So Atomic joining G2, I'll touch on it again, but like the fact that Dreaz is in high school, I think could have been something that deterred G2 from wanting him, or for wanting him like for right now, kind of a thing. Atomic is older. He is more polished in terms of like RLCS experience, and I think in the long run, going forward, there will be less hiccups with Atomic on the roster, so long as everybody gels and meshes, which it looks like JNAPS in Chicago opening him with welcoming him with open arms. There's no way that this roster doesn't pan out for both teams, but G2 Atomic, dominoes are falling. The next roster move that got announced today is none other than Gimmick leaving version 1, but he does find himself on a roster again, so he's not gone for long. He's on to Oxygen now, a team that only made the 3rd regional for the fall split, but looked like they were trending upwards, and they had done well on RLCSX. I think Gimmick replacing Krezix here is definitely an upgrade. Let's take a look at the stats for this one. Now we're going to kind of look at where the stats, what the stats show. This is just North America, just 2021 A tier, so not the fall major, just North America, whatever. Minimum game is just a 50, and then I'm including qualifiers because Oxygen did not make any of the regionals except for the 3rd, which they took a top 8. So they did well, significantly better in the 3rd regional than they did in the first 2. But without the qualifiers, I would not be able to see LJ, Krezix, and Toasty's stats. So we're mainly just looking for LJ, Krezix, Toasty, and then Gimmick, essentially. Scrolling down, first one we find is Toasty, okay? At almost his rating, almost a 1.0. This is the metric that we're using to like kind of not justify, but like to sort players here. Okay, so Toasty, first one, boom. LJ, okay, so that, not saying this is confirming that Krezix was the odd one out, the weakest link, but based on the performances in the fall split so far, Krezix was the one to go. So we're just going to keep scrolling. Get down towards the bottom here of the first page. We see Gimmick first. Now, Krayzik's not that far behind, 0.78 versus a 0.864. So it's a significant difference. Also, Gimmick played a bit more games, so he has more experience. Obviously, he has more experience than Krayzik's. It'll be interesting to see how they play as a roster. Oxygen, I could see continuously making the main event, maybe not making playoff bracket every single time, but I think I would not be shocked if they made top 16 every single event from here, like for the winter split is what I'm trying to say. So I think this roster move is an upgrade. It's definitely, you know, not like the big boom, whoa, like Dreaz and Atomic kind of a thing, but this is still good for Oxygen. Now with the Gimmick move finalized, you know, they said their goodbyes already. Gimmick already announced to Oxygen. A little bit later, Beast Mode finally does get announced to version 1. It is confirmed. The roster of Torment, Calm, and Beast Mode will be taking on the winter split. I do not see any issues with this roster. This is an upgrade from Gimmick. No disrespect to Gimmick, but in terms of the longevity of this roster as a whole, this is definitely an upgrade. They might not gel super quick, like right away, but Beast Mode, name speaks for itself. He's a beast. So we better watch out for V1 because they're going to be crazy. Now, these 4 roster moves are the only, like, it's just the beginning, right? NA has a bunch more people that need to get signed or transferred or everything. Like, Aqua still needs to sign. Daniel still needs to sign. Obviously, there's rumors, and I think it's been pretty much confirmed, but I'm not going to cover it fully until teams announce because stuff could still fall through. But it seems like SSG have signed up for the winter split with Daniel instead of Sipical because Sipical got an offer from FaZe to replace Illusion. So there's lots going on right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the coverage for the roster moves. It's going to be a wild winter split. NA is going to be insane because the rosters are just getting more and more stacked. Like, it's unbelievable. But catch you guys next time with more coverage, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.